Vespera, the meeting point for giant races from across the galaxy. Humanity faces a huge opportunity to join the galactic community. But all eyes are on humanity. What will humanity do to achieve harmony beyond old standards? What challenges will they face? An exploration team is examining the greatest achievements and toughest struggles on Earth. How will the galaxy's leading representatives assess these successes? Will humanity become a part of the Galactic Alliance? How will this major meeting change the fate of the galaxy? Dive into the depths of this galactic story and discover the significant impact on the galaxy's future. When Commander Marcus Kane opened his eyes, he found himself enveloped in a dizzying silence. For a moment, he rubbed his eyes to make sense of the chaos around him, but what he saw was beyond reality. Marcus was on a surface covered with a few meters of bright, metallic material. He had opened his eyes in a dark and cold void. At first, his vision was blurry, and he couldn't see any familiar signs around him. As his vision gradually cleared, he realized that nothing around him was recognizable. For a brief moment, he was enveloped in silence, followed by deep anxiety and confusion, his eyes wide with astonishment. "Where am I? What is this place?" he muttered with a slightly trembling voice. "These clothes, where did they come from? Why am I like this?" he murmured. Marcus was left alone with the initial thoughts running through his mind. "I'm alone here. I need to call for help. But where to?" As he searched for an exit, everything around him increased his confusion and anxiety. There was a dense layer of mist around him. The sky was glowing in unusual shades of green and purple. There were unfamiliar plants and strange structures around him. He was struggling to walk on the surface. Each of his steps felt strangely sunken, as if the ground was constantly shifting. After sitting silently for a while, Marcus faced the hunger in his stomach and the fatigue in his body. He immediately scanned his surroundings. He had only a military backpack and an old communication device beside him. The device was working, but there was no signal. Everything was silent, as if all traces of life had been completely erased from this planet. Marcus began to explore his surroundings primarily to meet his survival needs. He searched for water sources, food, and shelter. As he wandered around, he encountered strange and dangerous creatures. Some plants had needles that opened up to defend themselves when approached, while others emitted strange, glowing lights as warning signals when touched. One night, exhausted and hungry, he fell asleep. In his dream, he thought he had seen the planet before, but he considered these memories to be an old fantasy. When he woke up in the morning, he wondered if his dream had any significance. Commander Marcus Kane was constantly on alert while struggling to survive in the wilds of the planet. The dangers he faced from the very first days on the planet constantly reminded him of how difficult it was to survive in this world. However, nothing was as terrifying as the threats posed by the massive armored creatures and poisonous insects he encountered. One of Marcus's first major challenges came when he accidentally stepped into the habitat of the massive armored creatures. His eyes widened in astonishment as he saw a creature 3 meters long and 2 meters high, with a massive carapace. The creature's shell had a metallic sheen, and the deep scratches on it indicated how durable it was. The creature approached Marcus with heavy steps. Its deep growl caused the ground to tremble. Marcus held his breath and drew his energy pistol. There were no bullets powerful enough to penetrate the creature's armor, so he knew he had to target its weak points. The weakest part of the creature was the area where its eyes and mouth met on its head. Marcus aimed for this spot and fired. The bullet penetrated a thin section of the creature's armor and entered its body. The creature roared in pain and pulled back, but Marcus had to stay cautious as the creature had a violent aggression that was hard to control. As the creature retreated, Marcus quickly fell back and took cover. The next danger Marcus faced was poisonous insects. These insects attracted attention with their glowing colored lights in the darkness of night, and were quite small but moved rapidly. They possessed highly toxic venom, and a single bite could be deadly. One day, these insects approached Marcus's camp and disrupted his plans. The insects, moving in a small but swift swarm, surrounded Marcus. He needed to use the natural resources around him to fend them off. Marcus urgently created a temporary poison repellent spray using the sap of nearby trees and extracts from some plants. When sprayed on the insects, this repellent neutralized their toxic effects. However, the insects noticed Marcus's preparations and quickly turned towards him. Marcus, with his quick reflexes, activated a few traps he had set on the ground. The insects fell into the traps and were neutralized. Marcus seized the opportunity to quickly eliminate several of the insects and checked the perimeter of his camp. After the immediate danger from the poisonous insects passed, Marcus had a brief respite. However, this relief was only a small part of the dangers the planet had to offer. Marcus had to remain vigilant and strategic at every moment of his survival struggle. Marcus, learning from his struggles with the massive armored creatures and poisonous insects, refined his strategies. He developed specific methods for each type of threat, quick and effective attack strategies for the creatures, and poison deterrent measures for the insects. Every night, he made notes of the dangers he faced and the successes he achieved, preparing for future encounters. After 2 weeks, Marcus noticed that the natural order in some areas of the planet had suddenly changed. He observed abnormal electrical activities on the planet, as if all of nature around him was under the influence of an unknown source. One day, he faced the greatest danger yet. He was suddenly surrounded by a group of creatures at his nearest shelter. After a fierce struggle, he managed to repel the creatures but was heavily wounded. His ability to cope with difficulties had kept him alive, but each day was becoming more challenging. During his observations, he noticed some artificial structures on the planet. They seemed to bear the traces of an ancient civilization, abandoned but with complex mechanisms. Marcus planned to return to this area one day to examine these structures in more detail. As he planned to spend the night at his camp, he suddenly heard a loud noise that shattered the silence of the planet. A beam of light emerged from a glowing portal in the darkness, and Marcus rubbed his eyes. Moments later, 4 figures appeared before Marcus, clad in metallic outfits that concealed their faces, in human form. These figures, whose identities he did not know, performed a brief security scan as they approached Marcus. He gripped his weapons tightly, readying himself. "Commander Kane," said the figure in the lead, in a commanding and authoritative tone, "we need to explain that the dangers you have encountered are merely simulations. All these challenges have been designed to test your resilience and strategic thinking abilities." As Marcus grappled with the shock of this revelation, thoughts raced through his mind. A simulation? So everything I've experienced here isn't real. One of the figures removed his helmet and looked at Marcus with a compassionate gaze. Yes, unfortunately, this planet was specifically designed as a test environment to simulate one of the most challenging survival scenarios in human history. Marcus tried to calm down, but he was struggling with a mix of anger and frustration. So everything was some sort of experiment? Another figure stepped forward, approaching Marcus with a tablet showing data. Yes, all the dangers on this planet were designed to test your strategic and physical abilities. Humanity aims to become part of a galactic community. Therefore, we need to determine if a capable commander like yourself is suitable to lead an envoy. Marcus began to reflect on humanity's desire to join the Galactic Alliance and the responsibilities that came with it. He thought about the weight of representing his race in the best possible way as an advanced humanity. So, "What happens now?" Marcus asked, eager to know the next steps. The lead figure responded with a slight smile. "Congratulations on successfully passing the tests. This means you are now prepared for real missions. We will send you and your team to the Galactic Council to ensure humanity achieves this important goal. Our teams will assist you in the process of joining the Galactic Alliance under your leadership. When you are ready, we will share details about new missions and strategies." Marcus felt a sense of relief after the emotional burden. The opportunity for humanity to be part of the galactic community made all the challenges seem worthwhile. "So," Marcus said, "this planet and the challenges were a preliminary preparation for humanity's future with the Galactic Alliance. When I'm ready, I will receive information about new missions." The lead figure nodded in agreement. "Yes, that's correct. By the end of this simulation, you will be knowledgeable about interplanetary relations and strategies as part of the process of joining the Galactic Alliance. Now, let's prepare you and your team for the new missions." Marcus took a deep breath and began planning his future steps, considering the responsibilities that these new missions would bring. They were at an important turning point for humanity, and the process of integrating into the galactic community had now begun under his leadership. After leaving the planet, Commander Marcus Kane and his team set course for a new planet to move on to the next stage in humanity's process of joining the Galactic Alliance. During the flight, Marcus and his team gazed out at the vast galactic scenery beyond the planet, filled with hope and expectations for their future missions. Eventually, a distinct planetary silhouette appeared on the horizon. This planet was Vespera, known as the central hub of the Galactic Alliance Council. Vespera was a massive, elegant planet bearing the marks of an advanced civilization. Its atmosphere was illuminated in pastel shades of purple and orange, and large, glowing city clusters were scattered across the planet's surface. The surface scenery was filled with complex geometric structures, enormous towers made from transparent materials, and diverse plant life. Light beams passing through crystal-like structures and mechanical stone-like formations added a unique sparkle to the planet. Vespera symbolized the technological and aesthetic excellence of the Galactic Alliance. After their spacecraft docked at Horizon Central, the main base of the planet, Marcus and his team disembarked. Outside, they were greeted with a grand ceremony by a group of representatives from various galactic races. The representatives stood out in colorful attire, characterized by tall and elegant forms. Some appeared as soft, glowing entities covered in almost translucent scales, while others moved like high-tech robots. The leader of the representatives, Eldera, a slender and tall figure, approached with an intelligent and kind aura. Eldera's skin shimmered in shades of sky blue, and her long, flowing hair moved with the gentle breeze of the planet. When she spoke, her voice had a soothing and melodic quality. "Commander Kane and your team, welcome to Vespera. As the Galactic Alliance Council, we are delighted to have you here. We look forward to meeting you and strengthening our cooperation with humanity." As Marcus and his team walked towards Horizon Central under Eldera's leadership, they had the opportunity to observe the planet's technological marvels and cultural riches. The central building was a colossal dome covered with screens emitting soft, glowing lights from ground to sky. Surrounding it were various living areas and interactive exhibition spaces inhabited by different galactic species. At the center, their first encounter continued with an exhibition showcasing the cultures of various galactic races. Marcus and his team participated in interactive displays featuring the traditions, arts, and technologies of each galactic race. Eldera guided them through various areas of the planet, introducing them to Vespera's cultural diversity and social structure. Under Eldera's leadership, Marcus and his team had the opportunity to meet with other members of the Galactic Council. The council members, coming from various races and cultures, were each experts in their fields. This introduction gave Marcus and his team a chance to assess their ability to interact and collaborate with the members of the Galactic Alliance. During the ceremony, a special reception was arranged for Marcus and his team, held in a large open space in the city center. The event featured numerous galactic representatives. The ceremony included colorful light shows, musical performances, and a selection of dishes from various galactic cuisines. Marcus realized that in the cosmic and hospitable atmosphere of the planet, they were taking an important step towards becoming part of the Galactic Alliance. Encountering a friendly and harmonious community with advanced technologies marked the beginning of a significant advancement for humanity. Eldra and the other council members seemed confident that humanity would secure an important place within the galactic community. In the Horizon Central on Vespera, Commander Marcus Kane and his team took their seats in the main meeting hall of the Galactic Alliance Council. The hall was a grand and technologically advanced structure. It was a high-ceilinged, expansive, round space. The lights glowed in the natural purple and blue tones of the planet, and a giant holographic screen in the center reflected the Galactic Council members and the visuals of the meeting. Marcus cast his gaze over the council members. The members, while diverse, generally had a majestic appearance. Eldra, the elegant figure Eldra, whom they had met before, had taken her place as the chair of the meeting. With her long, wavy hair and sky-blue skin, Eldra was responsible for the overall direction of the meeting. Zorak, a large, muscular being, Zorak had a massive body and a fierce appearance. His skin was in dark reddish-brown tones, indicating a warrior past. He typically carried a stern expression and had a rather distant demeanor. Leora, generally possessing a slender and delicate build, Leora was dressed in an impressively elegant manner. Her skin, covered in bright green sparkles, and her slender, long fingers were striking. She was known for her passion for knowledge and diplomacy. Zariv had a completely mechanical appearance, covered in a metallic exoskeleton. His elliptical eyes observed every movement closely. He was renowned for his technological abilities and analytical skills. At the beginning of the meeting, Eldra initiated the proceedings and allowed Marcus and his team to speak. Marcus had prepared a presentation to capture the crowd's attention. As the holographic screen was activated, various visuals and data about Earth were projected. Marcus started his presentation with an overview of humanity. First, he showcased impressive images of the major cities and cultural achievements of Earth. These visuals highlighted various lifestyles, cultural events, and technological advancements on Earth. Marcus explained humanity's rapid development and the potential for this development to harmonize with the galactic community. Marcus used the holographic screen to display various natural beauties of Earth, the vibrant green tones and biodiversity of the Amazon rainforest. It was emphasized that these forests are among the richest ecosystems on Earth. Winter scenes featuring glaciers and polar animals. Information was provided on how this region is dealing with climate change and environmental challenges. Majestic images of the Himalayas and the Andes Mountains. Explanations were given on how human life is sustained under the harsh conditions of these mountains. Marcus presented images of earthquakes, tsunamis, and other natural disasters, detailing how humans responded to these events and the details of their rescue efforts. He also showcased the effects of climate change, rising sea levels, and increasing weather events. He highlighted global efforts and technological innovations made to cope with these changes, as well as the major challenges humanity faces and how they are being addressed. Finally, Marcus presented humanity's vision for galactic cooperation and how this collaboration could benefit the galaxy as a whole. Projects and research that humanity plans to undertake with the galactic community. Insights into technology sharing, cultural exchange, and scientific collaboration. opportunities humanity offers as part of the Galactic Alliance, and how these opportunities could contribute to the galactic community and achieve great successes together. At the end of his presentation, Marcus said, "These visuals and data demonstrate how advanced humanity is and that we can cooperate harmoniously with the galactic community. We possess the necessary potential for galactic cooperation and progress, and joining us in this process will create a significant impact across the galaxy." This detailed presentation impressed the council members, helping them better understand humanity's potential and contributions. Although Marcus showcased impressive visuals of the planet's various beauties and humanity's achievements, including diverse ecosystems, space exploration successes, cultural richness, and technological advancements, the council members viewed these achievements with a dismissive attitude. Zorak, with a furrowed brow, spoke, "These accomplishments may be impressive, but they seem quite primitive compared to the standards of other races in the galaxy. Are you sufficiently advanced for galactic-level cooperation?" Leora looked at Marcus with some skepticism. "As the Galactic Alliance Council, we require all members to meet high standards. Humanity does not seem to meet these standards." Despite the negative feedback, Marcus maintained his composure and moved on to the second phase of his presentation. He presented a scenario simulating how the planet Vespera could successfully overcome similar challenges. This simulation demonstrated how humanity had developed strategies and innovative solutions to tackle these difficulties. The scenario highlighted humanity's resilience and creativity. Concluding his presentation, Marcus said, "Yes, humanity might not currently meet galactic standards, but we have grown and created opportunities for development under great challenges. Our strength and potential can be demonstrated not only on our own planet, but across the entire galaxy. We want to prove our commitment to galactic cooperation and our desire to contribute to this process." After the meeting, Eldera had a brief discussion with the council members. She acknowledged that Marcus's presentation was impressive. Turning to Marcus and his team, Eldera said, "Your presentation was quite impressive and succeeded in changing the views of some members of the galactic community. It shows that we need to consider humanity's capabilities and potential." Zorak and the other council members appreciated Marcus's determination and knowledge, deciding to send an exploratory team to gather more information about humanity. This was a significant step toward humanity's inclusion in the Galactic Alliance. At the end of the meeting, Marcus and his team had opened doors to a series of new opportunities for deeper cooperation and understanding with other members of the Galactic Alliance. The planet Vespera provided the first steps for humanity's integration into the galactic community, and Marcus deeply understood the importance of this success. They assessed human progress by examining technological and scientific achievements on Earth. The team visited NASA's space research centers. They learned about exploration robots for Mars and international space stations. They considered humanity's advancements in space research and how these could align with the galactic community. They also examined renewable energy projects, gaining insights into the use of technologies such as solar panels and wind turbines and their environmental impacts. The team also participated in several significant cultural events to better understand Earth's cultures. They attended major cultural events such as the Carnival in Rio de Janeiro and the Cherry Blossom Festival in Tokyo. The vibrant and energetic nature of these events showcased the diversity and enthusiasm of human culture. They interacted with various social groups and communities, gathering information on social movements, community projects, and human rights issues. During their time on Earth, the exploratory team was deeply impressed by humanity's resilience, determination, and cultural diversity. The members of the team recognized how people had created a strong and cohesive society under challenging conditions. They also observed that humanity's scientific and technological potential was capable of collaborating effectively with the galactic community. When the exploration team returned to their planet, they made a strong recommendation to the Galactic Council for humanity's inclusion in the Galactic Alliance. They stated that humanity's contributions could have a significant impact across the galaxy, and that the galactic community could achieve even greater successes by leveraging humanity's potential. With humanity's acceptance into the Galactic Alliance, a new era began for both humanity and the entire galaxy. The future was now poised for exciting new developments. I hope you had a good time. If you liked my story, do not forget to comment and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye. See you in the next story.